The demons knew that they had the Varadan, the gift, that they will be destroyed by the son of Lord Shiva and Parvati. And so the very thought of that got them scared. They were frightened. The demons formed a group, and forming this group, the demons, they started to discuss, they started to plan, they started to plot. And what they were planning what mode and what method they will use to destroy Lord Ganesh. Many of us live our whole lives thinking about how we can destroy others. And in return, the only person that gets destroyed is ourselves. Thinking the demons summoned one of the demonists, and summoning her, they paid tribute to her, hailing her and singing her glories, pepping her enough so that she will take a disguise and she will go and she will make the first attempt to destroy this child, the son of Parvati and Lord Shiva. But as the demoness took on her beautiful disguise and she went to that place, the demoness looked at the affection that Parvati shared with her son, and the demoness, she became envious. In life, people become envious when they look at the relations we share with others. People become envious when they see the way we react with others. And so the demoness, taking on her beautiful disguise, admiring the relationship between Parvati and her son, Lord Ganesh, the demoness stood there and the demoness waited for an opportune time when she will find this child alone. And she approached this child. She summoned him and she addressed him as Putra, son. And addressing him as son, oh, she called, calling him. The child being very obedient, he went and he stood there. She looked at him and she smiled. I said last night, and I will say for the rest of my life, not every smile is a real smile. Not every smile is a genuine smile. Not everybody who smiles at you, they're really your friend. And so smiling, the demoness, Lord Ganesh, could see through her disguise, but she thought that she was so clever. She said to him, all I want from you is one thing. All I want from you is a hug, O Lord Ganesh. And as Lord Ganesh made his way to give her that hug, instead of hugging his body, she hugged him around his neck, as though she was trying to squeeze the life out of Lord Ganesh. Squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and becoming very tired. She set him free, and setting him free, Lord Ganesh looked at her and he smiled. He says, Ma, you hugged me, but now it's my turn to hug you back in return. Do unto others as you will have them do unto. And Lord Ganesh hugged her, not with his hands, but with his trunk, squeezing the very pran, the very life out of her. Her soul, her Atma stood in front of Lord Ganesh. She started to cry, and crying, she says, oh Lord Ganesh, I made the very same mistake in my last life, and I was privileged to die at the hand of God himself. But while my Atma was leaving, I begged and I asked God, do not give me mukti, allow me to be reborn. And Lord Ganesh looked at her and said, tell me, who were you in your last life? And she said, well, I was Putna. And so I tried to destroy that baby, Bhagwan Krishna. And here I am trying to destroy you, O Lord Ganesh. But I will never make the same mistake again. O Lord Ganesh, bless me, I'm begging you. Grant unto my soul mukti, salvation. Her soul rises towards the heavens. The demons, seeing what had taken place, the demons become even more furious. They become even more frightened. And now they summon two of the most powerful demons that they can find. These two demons disguise themselves as parrots, as birds, beautiful birds. And they go to that place where Lord Ganesh is. Lord Ganesh looks at his mother and he says, Ma, please, if you love me, I want those birds. And Parvati started to laugh. Those birds are up on a tree, then how will I go? I'm not able to climb. And Lord Ganesh says, Ma, watch me, I am going to climb. He begins to climb, and as he climbs up the tree, he puts his hands and the birds walk onto his arms. They come and they sit on his shoulder. But with no good intention, the birds begin to pick and gnaw at the ears of Lord Ganesh with the hope of causing pain and hurt to him. And all he is doing is laughing because he feels as though they're tickling him. Can we really hurt or destroy God? Can we really cause pain to God? Physical pain? And so, Lord Ganesh holds the two birds by their neck, and holding the birds by their neck, he begins to squeeze their very existence out of them. The two souls merge out of the bird and begins to ascend into the heavens. And the demons seeing this, what will they do? The demons plot a plan. Ganesh spending time in the company of his mother. Ganesh looked at his mother one day and he says, "Ma, I feel as though I want to bathe. I feel as though I want to cleanse my body. And so, Ma, I want you to accompany me to the lake, to the pond." Have you ever had to pull your children out of the bathroom? Have you ever had to remind your children, listen, you'll use out all the water? Have you ever had to remind your children, you're getting late, you're taking too long? Lord Ganesh looks at his mother and he says, "Ma, I want to go, I want to shower, I want to purify my body. And please, Ma, I want you to accompany me." Have you ever been privileged to have your mother bathe you? All of us had our mothers bathe us. I liked somewhat when my mother will bathe me, but I never liked when my grandmother will bathe me. Every time she goes to the river, she would not look for a stone to put as a lingam by the jhandi, but she looked for a stone to scrub our skin. And she had the belief or the philosophy that our mother never bathed us clean. So she will take that stone and she will scrub and scrub and scrub until she almost scrape out our skin. And sometimes we have to remind her, Pinel black is not mock. Ma, I want to bathe, I want to cleanse my body. But Ma, I want you to go with me. I want you to go with me. And so Parvati, she says, "Ganesh, tell me, where do you want to go?" And he begins to tell her, "Listen." And he says, "Ma, I want to go to that pond." Have your children ever requested of you to go to a particular place to bathe? Maybe a particular beach or maybe a particular river that they like to go to? So too Lord Ganesh is stating that he wants to go to this particular pond to bathe. And voicing where he wants to go, Parvati Devi, she becomes very concerned. Parvati Devi says, "I will take you anywhere, but I will not take you to that pond." And Lord Ganesh says, "Why? Why will you not take me? Of all the places, this is where I want to go. Ma, please, I am begging you. Please, I am begging you." And she says, "Oh Lord Ganesh, in this particular pond that you want to go to, there is a makri. And so that makri," what is a makri? There is a makri. What is a makri? A crocodile, an alligator. And this alligator lives there in that pond. And so there were many beings who entered into that pond and they never came back out alive. And Parvati says to her son, she says, "I will not take you to that pond because I am fearful myself that something will happen to you when you go to that pond." Have you ever taken your children to the beach and the more you say to them, "Don't go in further," is the more far they go? And you stand up and your pressure going up and they're having a good time. You're frustrating yourself and they're having a good time. Lord Ganesh says, "Ma, if you really love me, you will take me to this pond." Children know how to play on the emotions of their mother and their father. True or not? Children know exactly when to ask. They know exactly how to ask. They know exactly who to ask. Some things you'll get easy from your father, and some things you'll get easier from your mother. You know when to ask. You know if they're in each other's company and it is a team decision, then you would never get through. So you wait until they're separate, and then you approach them and then you begin to ask. But I don't know about you, I know about me. And so, Parvati Devi, being begged by her son, Parvati says, "I will go with you, but under one condition, O Ganesh, you would allow me to go into that water first, to make sure that it is safe, and then you will come." Mother preparing the water for the baby to bathe, mother will put her hand first in the water to make sure that the water is cool or warm enough. Father will just put the child inside of there. Mother mix the bottle, and mother will take the bottle and put it on her face and on her forehead and behind her hand, and she'll make sure that the bottle is the right temperature. Father just mix it quick, feeding the baby, fall asleep, tell the child, hold it. Telling the baby, hold your own bottle. Parvati Devi says, I will go only under one condition, that you would allow me to enter into that water first. Parvati accompanied her son against her will to this pond. And going there to this pond against her will, Parvati, just as she had indicated, she goes into the pond first. Have you ever been forced to do something by your children that you don't want to do? Samsung S8, iPhone 10, Ma, I need it for homework. Everybody have one, you know. Everybody feels smart. Am I stupid? I'm the only person who don't have a smartphone. I need it for research, and everybody Googling and busy in school, and so Ma, Samsung. And you hear the same song over and over and over and over until you really buy a Samsung. And then when you buy it, you end up in a problem. You can't get your children to do a single thing, whole day and whole night. You know how? Up in their face and so. Sometimes you wonder if the finger will go inside the phone. And you think they're Googling geography. You know what they're Googling? They're Googling on WhatsApp. Kuch kuch hota hai. Ain't reaching form 2 yet, you know, and don't have boyfriend and girlfriend. You think I could have make a joke and tell my mother, Ma, I have a girlfriend when I'm going to school? I'm not thinking about me, you know, I'm thinking about what my mother will do with that girl. I'm not thinking about me. My mother will terrorize that girl's life. I know. And anytime she sees me on the phone, she will grab the phone and she will tell that girl something. She will say something to that girl. Now you wonder who is the person in charge. If the parent is in charge, or if the children are in charge. Long time your mother just have to watch you and you'll faint away. You all know the look? Now the children watch you and you better sit down and be quiet, you know. Otherwise, you're in real trouble. Parvati Devi goes against her wishes. And going there, Parvati Devi entered into the pond, just as she had said. She entered and she started bathing and cleansing herself. And as Parvati Devi entered, she realized nothing was happening. She thought that the Makri had left that pond. And so thinking like this, she came out, sitting on the bank. She looked at her son and she says, "Oh son, the time has come when you must go and take your bath." And Lord Ganesh, he enters into the pond. What will happen? Listen, it tells us. He Bhagavan mi charit na hoi, mi andika janami maya apani, garhi me beeti, he kar kis kiyo swargat hui, me kesi The child enters into the water and the child begins to play. Filling his trunk with water, he begins to douse his mother. He begins to pour the water on her. and playing very lovingly with his mother, something is about to happen. Have you ever been in the water bathing and somebody take water and throw it on you? And you look at them and you smile because you're already wet? And they throw the water on you with the hope of getting you wet or maybe angry, I don't know. I want to tell you that I'm not just fat because, I'm fat really because. You will not find me doing any of those things. Others do it to me, but I will not do that to anybody else. You'll not find me throwing water on anybody. Why are you all laughing? I'm talking the truth. The child goes and he begins to fill his trunk with water and dousing his mother and having a good time. Something is about to happen. What will happen? Lord Ganesh goes into the water and he begins to bathe. And bathing and splashing and playing, Lord Ganesh is having a good time. Filling his trunk with water, he begins to douse his mother and he begins to douse. Have you ever seen how the elephants operate when they're in water? Have you ever seen how they behave? And so Lord Ganesh is behaving, filling his trunk and doing all of these playful things. And as he begins to play, what will happen? Parvati Devi notices something. She notices that her son goes beneath the surface of the water and he is not coming back up. Seeing this, Parvati becomes very frightened. She becomes very scared. And becoming very frightened, what will she do? Parvati Devi jumps into the water and Parvati Devi begins to look. She begins to search. Searching and looking, Parvati Devi is looking for her son. Have you ever lost something in water before? Have you ever lost something in water? I said this already. In one of our Kartik Puja, we went to the beach. And as we went into the water to make the offerings, the wave came and knocked everybody down. And knocking everybody down, one of the aunties remained down in the water and she was looking. I don't know what she was looking for. And so I went and I too went down and I started to help her look. And while looking, I said, "Tell me, what are you looking for? Your glasses?" I said, "What are you looking for? Your chain?" "What are you looking for? Your ring, your bera?" I said, "Well, if I don't know what I'm looking for, then how will I look? You need to tell me." And she smiled and I see no teeth. I said, "You're on your own. I'm not helping you no more. I'm not helping you to look anymore." We go the next year to Kartik, and as soon as we enter into the water, the very same thing happens. Kamla's mother-in-law gets knocked down, and you know she's always very close to me. And so I take her up. She's searching. She said, wait. I say, "Oh God, your teeth?" She said, "No, my glasses." Strange enough, we were able to get back the teeth, but we never got the glasses. Strange, very strange. Tonight, Parvati goes into the water, and Parvati goes there in search of her son. Going there in search of her son, Parvati, she begins to scream and looking for him. In this pond, Parvati cannot find her son. She sits there and she begins to cry. And as Parvati Devi begins to cry, what will happen? She summons the attention of all of those who are around. They come and they look at Parvati and they all begin to point their fingers at Parvati. And oh Parvati, he has disappeared only because of you. You know only too well that there is a crocodile, a mockery living in this pond. And yet you allowed him to go into that place. Parvati, it is your fault. It is so easy for us to pinpoint and blame others. But do we ever blame ourselves? Do we ever think about blaming ourselves? We live in a time and an age and a society where everybody thinks they're right all the time. Nobody wrong, everybody right. And Parvati sits there, crying and crying and crying. As she begins to cry, something happens. Parvati sits there and she begins to cry. And as Parvati sits there and she begins to cry, Parvati's heart begins to hurt her. Have you ever seen your mother cry before? Just the thought of your mother being unhappy brings about a disturbance in your heart. True or not? Is that true or not? Well, you have to be a good child for that to happen to you. Because there are some children, they make their mother and father cry every single day. There are some children who behave as though they have no conscience. A good child will go to the end of the world to make sure that his mother and his father, they are happy. And while they are good children, there are even better children who will go to the end and beyond to make sure that their mother and father is unhappy. There's some wives praying, God bless me to have a child. And there's some mothers saying, better they'll plant 2 fig trees. I was sure I would get a fruit. Because the children I have is equivalent to having none, 0. And that's a fact. Parvati sits there and she begins to cry. And as Parvati begins to cry, something echoes out of the water that catches the attention of Parvati. What is it she's hearing? Oh, ma, oh, ma, oh, ma, oh, ma. कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी बोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ jumps up, and as she jumps, she goes and she stands there, rushing into the water with the hope of finding her son. Though she's hearing, she's not seeing. Though she's hearing, she's not seeing. And as Parvati stands there in the water, Parvati, she begins to cry. Hearing the cries, she could identify to be the voice of her son. But where is he? Where is he? She rushes in the water. And what will happen? Parvati Devi, slowly, she sees her son coming up from in the water. She grabs him, she holds him, she hugs him, she kisses him, realizing that nothing is wrong with him. Parvati, holding on to her son with their life, she sees something else. What will she see? her son, she sees a bhoot, a smoke-like complexion rising out of the water as well. And as Parvati sees this smoke-like complexion rising out of the water, Parvati Devi looks at this being and he begins to speak, Danyaho, Danyaho, bowing to the feet of Parvati and Lord Ganesh. May I am a Gandharva, a celestial musician. And so once in the gathering of the saints and the sages, while I bowed and I paid obeisance to all of those who came there was one being whom I forgot to bow to, and so his name was Brigu. And forgetting to bow to this divine sage Brigu became upset, he became angry, and becoming annoyed, Sage Brigu shrapped me, he placed a curse on me, that I'll be born as this mockery, this crocodile. And I'll only be destroyed by the hands of the sons of Lord Shiva and Parvati. And then my soul will merge into oneness with Paramatma, and Mukti, salvation, will be mine. And so today, O Lord Ganesh, you have broken the curse of Sage Brigu. And so today my soul will find bliss and happiness. And uttering these words, what will happen? It continues to tell us. Parvati Devi hugs her son, and quickly she makes her way away from that place. But making her way, what will happen? Kisi Brigu rishi re upati chita karho usani muj parai ka madhara ki ru mein pari hona apara aparish pai jai ganenata jai Shri Ganesha jai ganenata jai Shri Ganesha
Jai Gananatha, Jai Shri Ganesha, Jai Gananatha, Jai Shri Ganesha.
As Parvati now held the hand of her son, and quickly she made her way from that place. On the way, Lord Ganesh and Parvati observed that there were the saints and the sages and they were praying. And seeing this, Lord Ganesh became very inquisitive. He looked at his mother and he says, Ma, I am tired. Can we please sit? Have you ever had the privilege of being very busy? And the children, they cry, they're tired. And you have no choice, but you have to lift them up. My little nephew, who is now big, said to me, I want to go to Girl City. Why? I want to go and get a toy. And that's his mantra. Anytime he's with me, he wants a toy, up to now. And I said to him, we're going under one condition, you will walk. I'll walk, I promise I'll walk. He really walked to go and get a toy. Huh? But you see, from the time he get that toy, and I already pay for it, he acts as though he's crippled. From small, he's choti moti, you know what I mean? Heavy. And I lift him up, I'll never forget. Up to now, I still have a pain. Lord Ganesh says, Ma, I'm tired, can we please stop? And Parvati Devi stops. And Lord Ganesh goes to that place where the sages, they're praying. And you know what he does? He does something. They're praying. And what are they saying? Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. he stretches his trunk. Their eyes are closed and they're praying. And he wraps his trunk around the lingam that they're praying to. And he takes it quickly and he puts it inside of his mouth. The sages that were praying to the saligram, the stone dedicated to Bhagwan Vishnu, picked it up with his trunk and he placed it in his mouth. And anything, all of the articles and instruments of prayers that he saw that they were using, he took it all up and he placed it inside of his mouth. He stood right behind them. And so Parvati, not looking at what he's doing, the sages opened their eyes, and much to their surprise, their lingams and their saligrams and their thalis and their kamandals and all of the things they were using had disappeared. They became so frightened. They looked, and as they looked at Lord Ganesh, all he's doing is smiling. You ever miss something from the fridge that you put to eat? Sharpen up your mouth and go to the fridge to get it. And you reach just in time to meet somebody walking away from the fridge. You open the fridge and it is gone. And you look at the person and you say, did you eat? And they look at you. No. I didn't touch it. Lord Ganesh is smiling and they know that something is wrong. They look at Parvati. Oh Parvati, while we were praying, oh Devi, did any beings come here? It seems as though there is a chor. Chor means a thief. And so this thief must have stolen our lingam and our articles and instruments of prayers. And Lord Ganesh is smiling. Parvati Devi says, Ganesh, you were there while they were praying. Did you see anybody? And Lord Ganesh answers as though his mouth is full. You ever tried to hide and eat something real quick and you get catch? Somebody call you at that time when your mouth full. Have you ever had the privilege of talking to somebody on the phone and they're chewing hands down 10 miles an hour? From the time I hear you chewing in my ears, I don't hang up the phone already. I say to the people closest to me, when you're chewing, chew with your mouth closed and soft. I don't need to hear what you're crunching. And they look at me and they say, well, I'm eating something hard. How you want me to eat it? It had to make a little noise. And I say, I'm eating the same thing, you know. Ganesh answers, but as though his mouth is full. And answering like this, they look at Parvati. Parvati, your son has something in his mouth. Why not allow us to check? And all of them together, they hold the little child, Lord Ganesh. What will they do? Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. And they begin to praise the jaw of this child with the hope of opening the mouth of the child. You ever see the little child pick up something from the ground and put it in their mouth, and you rush and you push your finger inside their mouth? Have you ever been bitten by the little child when you do that? You're putting your hand and you say, don't bite me, no. Don't bite me. They try to prise the jaw of the child open. And as the rishis open the jaw of the child and they look inside of his mouth, they don't see their lingam, but they see Lord Shiva sitting on Mount Kailash. They do not see their shaligram, but they see Bhagwan Vishnu sitting in the Chira Sagar, the Milky Ocean. And seeing this, they become frightened, they become scared. Oh Parvati, what type of jadoo, what type of magic is this? How could this be possible? Lord Ganesh smiles. Worship the God that is in you first. Before you find God anywhere else, he's saying to them. Where should we look for God? Where will we find God? If you didn't find God on the altar of your heart first, then you will never see God in this murti in front of you. If you didn't see God in the person who lived at home with you, then you'll never find God in that murti. If you didn't see God in the enemies that you have, then you will never find God in that murti. And so Lord Ganesh, opening his mouth, they became scared and they started to run, running away from him. He started to run behind them. And running behind them, the more they run, is the more he's chasing them. Tonight, I want to tell you that the things that you are running to are the things that are running away from you. And the things that you're running from, they're right behind you. They're right behind you. You think that they're far behind, but they're right behind you. One of the things we're running from is death. Death goes to sleep with us every night, and death wakes up with us every morning. You all know? You all know that? But you're running and hiding from death. Lord Ganesh, he chases them, chasing them. Parvati looks at him. You told me you're tired, and look at you. You ask the child to do something for you, and the child says, oh God, I'm tired. But if the child sees friends, he will go and play as though nothing happened. And you say to the child, you have the energy to play, but you don't have the energy to help me. And so they run away. They run far away. Lord Ganesh is taken by Parvati. And so Parvati takes him back to Mount Kailash. And what will happen? Tomorrow evening we will see again. The demons once more will continue to try to destroy this child. What will they use? What mode? What method? What avenue will they try to use to destroy this child? Tomorrow evening we will see. Siddhi Vinayak Ganesha Bhagavane ki Jai.